Oh my god, oh my god. This is the damage I can do if I don't check myself. If I just shop for whatever I want and however I feel. Give me 3 months and I lose all my crap. So we all know 2023 is coming to an end, and instead of completely giving up on my goals entirely, I'm gonna make some small changes in my room so that way I can get closer to my dream life. I really want my room to be a cozy, whimsical space, and sadly I can't drop $2,000 on some new bookshelves just because I don't have that money and I don't really have the space. So for the next few videos I'm going to be transforming my space in small ways, starting with a book haul because I have not been uploading consistently on YouTube and I have so many books I need to tell you about. And I'll do an unhaul and a book organization video. We're gonna revamp the space, but let's start with a little book haul, shall we? I have 4 categories in this vlog. I have the category of books that I bought because I liked a previous work from the author, and I'm so hopeful that these books will all be 5 stars. The next pile are new to me authors or debut authors that I found while browsing that just interest me. Then I randomly stumbled across this kind of Black Hollywood genre that I'm so hyped for. And the last pile is like, why did I buy these books? Because you know, sometimes why? Just why? Okay, biggest stack first, let's go. I am so very hopeful that this book will be a 5-star. I don't know if I'm gonna get to read it before the end of 2023. I don't know if I should even aim to try and finish more books because my reading has been so sporadic. But you know, if I do end up reading this and it ends up being good, I'm gonna let you know, that's for sure. Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. I'm having a very hard time not purchasing all of her books because I recently read Alone with You in the Ether and I absolutely adored this really quirky romance story between these 2 people that are struggling to find purpose in life and view the world in such unique and interesting ways. And this chronicles 6 conversations that they have where they fall in love, and it's like cute and wacky and weird, and it was just really enjoyable to read. I know when I first heard of Olivia Blake, a comment people made was that she can be long-winded or what's it called, pretentious, and I can totally understand that, especially Alone with You in the Ether, because it's giving big brain math energy, which I kind of love because it made me feel really smart even though I could not solve a basic math equation. So I'm really hoping her other work will excite me in the same way. This is also, I hope, to be another 5-star read, and it's honestly crazy because I did not know this author had another work coming out and I'm so excited. It is People Person by Candice Carty-Williams, which she's such an amazing author. I'm like, my mind's exploding with how much love I have for her. Let me grab her previous novel. Oh, don't fall. Literally making a mess of my bookshelf. Oops. She wrote Queenie, and this book destroyed me. And I want to say like a positive way, but in a negative way where I did want to throw the book several times. But this gave such a unique dive into being a Black woman, being objectified, struggling to find love, self-love, admitting that you need help, asking for help. It broke my heart, but it was such a... It broke my heart in a way that I'm like, I see this happening to people. I see this happening to me. I see aspects of it. I've experienced aspects of it. I'm fortunate enough to not experience all aspects of it, but I see it in our world, and it created a lens for something that I just hadn't read before. And it was so beautifully done and so witty. She's hilarious. I had me cackling and also wanting to throw the book at the same time. I didn't even know she had another book coming out, so I'm enthralled. I'm enthralled. This next book I actually finished recently, which I'm very proud. My reading has been so slow this year, but I have read, and I will do a whole video on all the books that I read this year. But it is Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. Sounds are hard, man. Ugh. She wrote The Enchantment of Ravens, A Sorcery of Thorns. I love her work, and I've talked about her on my channel before, but I hadn't read her recent release, and I read it, and I have opinions about it. I think, well, I'm not spoiling anything. I'll do a whole video on all the books that I read this year, but I thought, good? Question mark? Did I? Oh my god, why? This is a book haul. This one got me bad. I was in the store and it was on sale and it was an exclusive edition and I just couldn't say no. Okay, I really could have said no, and I'm learning to say no now, but this year I've been giving myself a lot of grace. I've gone through 3 different traumatic jobs, very toxic environments, health problems, having to find new doctors. Your girl's life has been in shambles, and I hope 2024 is the peaceful era. I got a job that I like. I still need new health insurance because I'm 26. But that's all. Forget all about that. That is all to say, I've been buying a lot of books, and I finally bit the bullet and got The Invisible Life by Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and I specifically got this edition. It's like an exclusive Barnes & Noble edition because it's such a pretty paperback. I've learned recently, I'm a paperback girly. I love the flop. I love how easy it is to carry. I love how easy it is to annotate. And I kind of want my books to be more textile and like able to grab and just read. Oh. Yeah, not me getting violent with my new book. So I got this because I have read the Darker Shade of Magic series, which I did really enjoy. I did unhaul it because it wasn't like a all-time favorite, and I'm trying to only have all-time favorites on my shelves. You wouldn't guess that by this giant book haul that I'm doing, but that's my goal. That's my value in life. It's like trying to be a minimalist and only own books that I absolutely love. But I have to rewire this brain to not buy books for short-term dopamine. You know what I mean? Okay, the last one, you probably know what it is. Should I have bought it? I don't know. It's Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I've heard that this book is more politically active than the last, which actually excites me for it even more. So, as most of y'all know, just in case you don't, this book broke the internet this year. Fourth Wing. I even managed to get the exclusive edition from Barnes & Noble. I just happenstance was walking through, and I remember a friend of mine had mentioned, this book is so good, go get it. So I was like, okay, I'll get it. And it was really cute and pretty. So I was like, okay, I'll buy a hardback, even though it's a new release, because she's done it. Did I thoroughly enjoy this book? Not really. I am a big fantasy person, so the aspect that I really enjoyed was the world, the secret elements that were revealed towards the end of the plot. If you know, you know. The dragons were my favorite character. The part that I did not like was this girl, she's gonna be the death of me, was the main protagonist. I found her voice to be irritable, and I know that every character is supposed to be likable, but I feel like she's supposed to be likable, and I just like the way she talked about her crushes or how she wasn't supposed to be crushing on people. It just felt so novice, and as someone who has read and loved and adored series very similar to this in essence, such as Red Queen, super similar to Fourth Wing, honestly, with the world structure, the lying, the politics, the love, the romance. Honestly, a better love triangle in my opinion, because Fourth Wing, very clearly, there's one guy who's better than the other, and if you read Red Queen series, you're like, oh, it breaks your heart in a different way. And that's what I'm hoping that this will do. If you enjoyed this and you like dragons, you love a love triangle, but you want it just slightly more adult and slightly more, I don't know, like the world structure is so beautifully done, I highly recommend The Black Witch Chronicles. I love this. This is a book that talks a lot about prejudice, and it does it in such a magical, whimsical way. This is basically Twilight meets, like, honestly, Fourth Wing, because there's a university setting too. There are dragons, there are people training to be soldiers. It's awesome and epic, and the last book comes out next year, and I'm waiting to read the 4th and 5th book together and probably binge the whole series. The next pile is, I've been browsing a lot of bookstores willy-nilly, and ooh, these piqued my interest. First being Artemis by Andy Weir. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, but I understand that this is a very prolific author in the science fiction realm. I love science fiction. I loved the part of Dune that I read part 1, which is technically what covered the first movie. I actually like the book better than the movie. I know. Another science fiction book that I really enjoy is Foundation by Isaac Asimov. So I'm trying to dive my toe into other sci-fis, and this one seems really cool because it's about a colony on the moon where people are trying to live and this girl is like a part of the working class on the moon, trying to get a job, trying to survive. I'm like, yes, I support. And I do eventually want to read the other popular books that he came out with, like The Martian and Hail Mary, I believe, are the other ones. This book had me shook, and I think I was entering a bit of like a classic era. Why did I say it? Era like that? Basically, I was in the mood for a little bit more sophisticated writing, interesting plots, something a little bit eerier, and I picked up Out, and I'm thoroughly shocked. I read the first 2 chapters. I still have my little stupid bookmark in here. Have I finished reading it? No. Did I read it for Halloween like I wanted to? No. Don't ask me questions. I really liked the immediate environment we were put into, and I know the story is going to be about like a murder and things, but just the first 2 chapters talking about these women and their work environment and them just getting to work and talking to each other and their stress levels and their different backgrounds. It's like 3 in the morning and they're going to work. It's insane, and it just gave immediate sensory feelings, and I really want that. I've been craving that ever since I watched the movie Mary Shelley. I know, very silly. It's all about Mary Shelley's life, writing Frankenstein, like before and after, and I didn't know that she had such an effed up life, and I've been wanting to read Frankenstein. I literally own it. Have I read it? No. Don't ask me why. My reading mood has been... I'm working on her. Me and her, we're working on it. But because of that, I have been venturing to find some more eerie classical work, which actually leads into the next book that I purchased, is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I don't know what's happened to this little brain, but apparently she is enjoying literature, like literature, which is unheard of. Profound. I have so many books on my shelves of classics that I literally didn't finish in school. This book in particular, even with my mom being my English teacher for 2 out of the 4 years of high school, I did not read any of those books I was assigned to read. They drove me crazy. But the fun thing about reading and figuring out what you like and expanding the world and all this stuff is like you naturally start to go, I'm curious about this. Why has this book stand the test of time? How do I feel about it? This next one was just feeling the fun romantic era. I didn't finish it, sadly, for Halloween, but I did read a good chunk of it, and it is Witchful Thinking by a debut author. I think it's Celestine Martin. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It wasn't just a witch story and a small town girl, but there's also a merman, and I was just like, what? I never read stories with merman in them, so I'm kind of really excited for it. This last one, I saw a really fun TikTok about this book, and I was so excited because it's giving romantic fantasy, which I want. And I know there's a difference between romantasy and then fantasy romance. I think romantasy is when like the romance is at the forefront and the fantasy is at the subplot. I think I could be wrong. Please correct me in the comments. I would love the education. Thank you. I like fantasy romance. I like my fantasy first. Give me a interesting political world and then a subplot of romance. A lot of my favorite series like The Last Magician, The Black Witch Chronicles, Red Queen start off, you know, romance heavy, building a whole world, and then just like everything hits the fan by like book 2 or 3 and you're like, what? So I'm hoping that gives that. We almost there. 5 more books left, and this little subcategory is Black Hollywood. I don't know what happened, but these books popped out at me. You know what? I know what happened. I bought these at Target, and Target has very affordable books. On certain days, you get like bigger discounts than usual. So I have The Blackwoods by Brandy Colbert, who wrote a lot of other YA fiction that I have read, and I just thought it was fabulous. I read the first chapter. It's about these iconic members of Black Hollywood. I don't know if it's gonna be speculative fiction because it is based off of real people, but I don't know if she like interpreted it in a different way, so I am looking forward to seeing that interpretation. And then I also got The Roaring Days of Zora Lilly, which is also based on Black Hollywood, but it's going to be both about present day stuff and the past stuff, and it's through costume design, which is very interesting. A lot of Hollywood books and things are always about like plays or movies, and such an interesting part of Hollywood is its fashion. This last stack is the one with like hindsight, like what was I doing? Most of it was because of a sale. If I'm being honest, the sale always gets me. There was some good sales at Target. There was some good sales at Barnes & Noble. There was a good sale in the airport. I have been traveling so much, and both airports I went to had a buy two get one free sale, and I bought some books. The first book on why the F did I get this, it's Girl Forgotten by Karen Slaughter. Have I read a thriller book and enjoyed it? No! Explain this. I think I fell into the trap of, I want to get into thriller more. You can call me dumb in the comments. I allow you to, because silly me. The next one, I mean, this isn't too silly because I do hope to enjoy this book, but did I need to buy it right then and there? No. But did I get this 2-for-1 deal? Yes. So it is the Song of Achilles. Everyone knows it. Everyone in the middle knows it. I definitely probably won't read this by the end of this year because I have a whole long TBR behind me of all the books I need to read. She's not the priority, but apparently I needed to buy her. That's what my feelings were saying. And now that I'm in a better mindset, I'm like, maybe I didn't need her right then and there. But I appreciate Jess for taking care of Jess, and I'm being a strong girl. I'm trying to keep going. Me hyping myself up during this haul. I hope I'm hyping you up too. Everyone knows about this book, Achilles and his dang ankle. The last one, it could fall into the category of from authors I have read books before and liked and may enjoy, but I was reflecting on it and I was like, why? I haven't heard anything about this, but I got it for a really good price. Okay, it is Book of Night by Holly Black. I haven't really heard too many people talking about this. I did like the Cruel Prince series, but I did unhaul it because it wasn't a favorite series. The Cruel Prince was just fun. That's my book haul. I'm going to be doing a book unhaul next. I'm excited to declutter a little bit, and I will link my Pango Books account down below. If you live in the States and you'd like to purchase some cheap books and support me, check out my Pango account. Woohoo! I know, I need to stop buying books. Like, let me get the stack. Let's see how big it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the damage I can do if I don't check myself. If I just shop for whatever I want and however I feel. Give me 3 months and I lose all my crap. For those of you who stayed to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It means a lot to me. Maybe share the video. I don't know. But because you stayed to the end, I want to talk through kind of my dream room just really quickly. I have a little Procreate image. I'll pop up here. And I have been kind of using like Milanote and things, trying to plan out what I want my bookshelves to look like, what I want my room to look like, because I feel like ever since leaving college, post-grad life, post-COVID life, things are finally getting back to normal, but I don't feel really homey yet. I rent in LA, so everything is so expensive, and for next year my goal is to save a lot more than I spend, but I do want to invest just a little in my space. So, I'm probably going to keep a lot of the same furniture, but one thing I really want to do is change out these brown bookshelves for white floating shelves, which it seems kind of crazy since I rent. I'm like, am I going to drill all these holes into the wall? But the thing is, I've lived here for 2 years now, and even if I only stay here for 1 or 2 more years, I want the space to kind of reflect what I want out of life. And though I love these shelves, they take up a lot of floor space, so I really want to do the floating shelves straight across, and it'll feel like a library, and then I can have my desk underneath. That's the dream. I'm saving up for that purchase. That's the difference between 2023 me and 2024 me, is I'm gonna be saving up. I'm gonna, instead of buying more books and all this stuff, I'm going to be putting parts of my paychecks towards saving up for those bookshelves. Like a smart individual. I'm not gonna live beyond my means anymore, or at least try to. The only food and rent be trying to break my heart all the time, crush my soul with its price. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next unhaul video.